Hello everyone. This is a new weekly journal, and I'm really happy to make this video every week. Several days ago, I did something. I used the Codex, the AI application I use the Codex, the AI application to help me organize my videos. I already I already made more than 10 videos, and there is a workflow, and I record. Firstly, I will record the radio, and then I will put the video from my camera to the iPad and do a simple format. For example, if the format is 1080p, I need to transfer it to a lower resolution, so it will. Then I will make the output result video to my computer, and I will then put once the transform finished, I will then transform the video from my computer to my VPS. So once it's finished, I will also transform. I will use a Python script to upload my video to YouTube. So the upload process is smooth, is very quickly and smooth. So once it's finished, and after sometimes the YouTube platform will provide a transcript, and I can use the Gemini platform to get the native transcript, and I can analyze the transcript, and I can use the transcript to let me know what's my disadvantage, what point can I improve, where do I get a wrong grammar. There are some things to do, and for some reason I also want to organize my radio transcript organizedly. So I chose a tool called Notion. Notion is a notebook platform. It's so, and for some reason I didn't do the job for a long time. I didn't do a job for every radio. So I use the Codex. Anyway, I use the Codex to do it. I use the Codex to help me get the radio transcript. There are maybe 8 videos need to get the transcript. So instead of doing it by myself, input the copy same word template into the Gemini website, I choose to use the Codex, and I just tell it that I need to get the 4 videos. I need to get the 4 videos transcript, and I want the format like this. So it will call the browser and use the Chrome browser to visit the Gemini website, and then it will looks very well. That's an interesting that is interesting, so I want to share it. Codex is an interesting tool, and maybe we can use it for many ways, but recently I use it to get my video transcript, and I also use it to copy all the transcript to the Notion website. That's really interesting, and it definitely could improve my productivity. Yeah. And let's talk about my work. We are on the sprint work plan. Every sprint includes 2 weeks. So last Wednesday, I was assigned 2 stories. Just to be honest, I must say that these 2 stories are really simple, and so it's not take a long time for me to finish them. But I have to say there are something I didn't expected. For example, this Monday, my lead told me that I need to merge my memory leak fix to the Dev1 environment. However, the memory leak fix had changed for a long time, maybe 2 months. So I even cannot remember all the details, and when I try to share the merge links to the Dev1 pull request, other lead told me that they told me that there is a bug from my fix because that the at Dev2 environment as the Dev2 environment and the QA2 environment, it was confirmed that there is a bug and is caused by my changes. And after I contact with the Dev developer, and even he cannot replicate anyway, so I'm really confused. I'm really tired. I tried many ways to replicate, however I cannot do it, and I also don't know how to do that, and I don't know what's the next step for me about it. So I think I need to have a more detailed discussion about the memory leak fix. No one can replicate the bug, even so anyway, that's one thing. And let's talk about another thing. Let's talk about my life. Let's talk about my daughter. My wife still insists on. My wife still insists on stop the online English class. Even there are some. Even my daughter had a good performance for the last 2 classes. Even the teacher was not absent for the last 2 weeks. My wife decided to refund the class. There are some reasons. The first reason is that it's hard for my daughter to get adopted to the English class. You need to talk to her for a long time. You need to persuade her to get into the class. For the parents, it's not very easy, and for the child, it's not very easy to let her, to make her happy. So So anyway, that's what it happened. And also there is maybe this is there is a teacher issue, you know. The teacher will sometimes the teacher always be late, and she also will be leave early. So even the class is scheduled for 25 minutes, but for some reason the class only take about 23 or 22 minutes. So my wife got a conclusion that the teacher is not very responsible, and the teacher just want to make the class shorter, and so she can spend less time and less effort on the class. I'm not sure about that, but you know, another issue is that the teacher is always absent, so we cannot schedule the weekly class every time. So that's an important issue. I also talked it before, you know. My daughter is not a quick emotion person. She needs time to get familiar with the class. Once the class is disappeared, so she also needs time to adapt to it. So if the teacher cannot be available for a long time, my daughter needs more time to adapt to the class. So anyway, that's another issue. So that's my life. We are trying to educate my daughter how to be a better child. We are not sure what is good. However, you know, since we already bought a new book class that we can use the A to Z reading books, and I wish my daughter can read this A to Z reading book every day. And definitely, if we use it, the parents need to spend more time on it. And if we use the online English class, parents don't need to take more time on it. The teacher will do it instead of our parents. So anyway, even the A to Z class is much more cheaper, and sometimes I still want to have a online English class as well. But anyway, it's up to my It's up to my wife. So my wife chose the class, and now she also has the decision to give up the class. It's up to her. And we have 6 classes to go, and it's time to say goodbye. Maybe at that time I will say some words to thanks, to appreciate the doctor, to appreciate the teacher. So that's what it is. I gradually adapted to the work, to the life, and sometimes I feel tired, sometimes I feel not happy about my current environment. I'm still anxious about my career because of the AI development. Anyway, and the World Cup is coming. That's an exciting event, and the NBA is closed last weekend. Last weekend I spent some time watching NBA games and the World Cup games, and there is a result. I feel really tired that Monday, I feel really tired. Maybe it's because of my work. I paid more attention to the memory leak fix issues, but according to my experience, it's also because of that I spend much time on watching TV, and it definitely cost my brain. It definitely make me tired. Even you watch the TV, it will have a brainstorming in your brain. So anyway, I'm 33 years old. I'm just 33 years old, and I don't need to watch the TV overnight. Even I watch TV at morning, I have to get up early and watch TV at 6 o'clock. But even at that point, I feel very tired. Maybe I need to take much access. Recently I'm lack of access. I suppose I need to take more access. I feel to make me feel more active. I don't want to be a person who likely to be tired. I just want to be a people who is active to everything, to show the enthusiasm. Anyway, that is the latest weekly journal. Thank you. Bye bye.